Okay, so we're back. We are back. We are back. Oh, come on now. There we go. Wait for everything to catch back up again. Here we go. Is anybody home? Knock, knock, knock. Is anybody home? Hey, man. So much. At least I know somebody's here anyway. Okay, good. Thank you, Diana. Hello, Mr. Reborn from Denmark. Good. We got some people coming in, loading back in again. Thank goodness that these recordings are saved, these live streams, because anything anybody else misses coming in partway through, they can always go back and they can view the whole thing. So yeah, the Five of Cups and sadness. What I heard is I was mulling around because I did switch browsers and I still don't have chat active in my window that I'm working from, which is pretty much downright annoying. So that didn't work. Switching browsers, no, they're still invalid parameters. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, this whole program. Look, I tell anybody that's running their own channel, you want to go live stream, you want an easy encoder, go to Studio Lightstream. 10 thumbs up. I swear it's just my chat box is the only thing. So I'm popping between the YouTube window and the streaming window. And that's about it. But anyway, when I asked for some clarification on the Five of Cups and the sadness, and as I was doing things and changing things to get back to you guys, somebody out there has a bucket list that they've been saving for retirement. All right. Or it's somebody that's a working person. They have a bucket list. Either way, it doesn't matter how your bucket list is, what your life is all about. If something has changed and it's not making you happy, I'm very, very sorry, Aquarius, but something has changed. And you got to rearrange your bias, because I see somebody with a pen and their list, everything written, and they're scratching things off the list. You can't afford it like you thought you could. Something's changed. You have to tighten your financial belt a little more. This is creating great sadness for you, because some of the things on your bucket list you've been waiting a lifetime for, chance of a lifetime, that kind of thing. And now you're going, I can't do that anymore. I'm not able to do that anymore. Make sure you've got your numbers right. Crunch your numbers down again, just to be on the safe side, just to be certain. Maybe you just kind of like your math was wrong, and maybe you don't have, maybe it's not as bad as what you thought. You may have to go back through your past as far as your financial things go, and kind of like scan all through it again to see if there was a mistake. Give yourself that much to go over everything again to make sure that you are where you are financially. But this is what's causing great sadness for somebody. Their dreams are dying right at their feet. Their dreams are dying. Dreams that, it's not going to turn your life upside down as your life is. It's not going to change anything but your future dreams. These things that you've been dreaming about and working so hard for, it turns out it's not enough now. There's been a change. I don't know what it is. Maybe you had RRSPs, and invested in them, and you didn't get, you're not getting back what you thought you were getting back once you cash them in, kind of a thing. Because I'm getting a strong look at the past here. And it is the card of reflection. That's what I'm seeing, somebody looking back, going back, taking stock before, okay? Accepting it and saying, all right, fine. Now move on. I'm moving on with my life. There's nothing I can do about that, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, it's that kind of a thing. So Big changes there. I am sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry. Things happen for a reason, though. Somebody could be losing their job due to cutbacks, not anything that you've done, but basically to cutbacks. It could be a loss of a friend or a relationship here, and it's sudden, like that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what form it's coming in. Somebody's going to have a loss of some kind of a relationship, and it's just like that. Real sudden. You don't see this coming. Some of you will be left with bad thoughts in your head, feeling kind of jaded or bitter, feeling hurt, lost and confused. There's been an upheaval of some kind in your mind. You call it an upheaval. And feeling, really, this is not a good card. I don't like these cards of fives, and this one is the worst one. Final word on this is feeling alone in the world. This is your problem. These are your problems. These were your dreams. And some of them have been dashed now before you even had a chance to get a taste. And you're feeling kind of alone in the world. You're almost feeling abandoned by the universe. Please don't feel that way. Allow yourself to feel the disappointment. For those of you that this is no mistake, that there have been financial changes, which makes you change your life plan completely. I don't like delivering news like that. Please don't get angry with me. Please don't tell me I'm full of crap. I'm not. Tarot never lies. I'm just the messenger. That's all I am. Put your guns away. Your third card is in your health and home. And look at the deepness of these cards. The deepness of, that's my tablet. My Bluetooth is turned on full blast. It's playing my music under my favorites that I've saved on YouTube. And I got a big Bluetooth speaker and she's cranked right to the max. So I forgot to shut it off. Where's my control? My remote for that. And before it happened, there it is. Let's see if my battery's good enough to reach from here. Yes, there it's off. All right. These cards are deep and they're reflecting on somebody. I mean, this card, along with this one, the two together, right? Reflections and Five of Cups. This is affecting, as far as you're concerned, Aquarius, this is affecting your life overall as a whole. You're not happy about this. You're truly not happy about this. So, you've been pretty quiet on the home front. You've been holding, some people, if you're still working, you can't wait to get home to just shut the world out. So you can sit and think about this. Some of you are taking some time off to rearrange things, to contemplate things. It shows you, just like somebody we all know going off into their garden to be alone so they can think. The big thing for you here, you should be listening to your inner wisdom, we'll call it. You're reflecting very quietly back on important things right now. Now's the time you just pull yourself off so that you can spend some time alone, so you can process everything that's been going on and happening. Don't allow yourself, if you cut yourself off from people, don't allow yourself to feel lonely. This is a alone time for you, and some of you will be looking forward to it, Aquarius. This quiet time by yourself. Getting your head on straight. You can't do that with distractions around you. You don't have to feel lonely. This is a choice. There's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Don't worry about that. Let that pass you by. You're not going to be stuck here forever. It's nothing like that. You're not cutting yourself off from the world in the bigger picture sense or anything. But with the influence of this Hermit card, you're being guided by your own inner light. You may not realize that, but some of you will be. You'll be guided by your own inner light. At this time as well, the last thing you need are people yammering at you, pointing fingers, telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what you should be doing, and all this other, and they're overwhelming you. These would be people that are probably in your life every day. They don't have to necessarily be family per se, but somebody connected close to you that has a very strong personality, and they tend to overwhelm everybody. They lean heavy, and you're feeling overwhelmed by them. You need to put some space between them and you. Just that simple. Whatever it takes. Pull yourself away from people that are having that effect on you. Listen to your intuition. It's going to be your best friend right now. That's what it's all about. You're finding your inner guide is what you're doing. Which way should I go now that things have changed? Which way should I turn? What changes should I make? I cannot take vacation at the expense of coming home and being broken hungry. It doesn't compute at all, does it? No. These are hard decisions for you to make. And here's the thing. If you could take that and put it on a plate and hand it to somebody else, you would, but it's not that kind of thing. This is something that you alone have to deal with, only something you can straighten this out. You're the one that's going to make the changes. But you know what? Where is she? If this was a friend, now be the time to go visit her. More than happy to be there for you and to be quiet and just listen. You'll answer your own questions usually. If people don't interrupt and you're venting, you're speaking, you're crying, you're talking, you usually end up light bulbs going off for yourself. And then you get up and you thank your friend profusely for all their help, and they haven't done anything at all. They've just been there and they just very patiently listened in a very loving way. So with this card, you got the Hermit. You know that you've got to think and be rational before you move forward with these thoughts and with these decisions and choices and changes rationally. There's a thin line between intellect and emotional, okay? Emotion and intellect. There's a thin line there. In this case, because this is affecting you emotionally, park your emotions way off to the side somewhere and think with the logical part of your brain. It's the best way for you to go. Don't let your emotions come into it. If you follow your own logic, your own intellect, in the big picture, in the reality, in your now, right here on Earth, that would be the best way for you to go. That's going to work in your favor. It's just going to take you a little bit of time to work through things so you know that you've got what it is that you really, really want. Say goodbye to the other stuff for now. Nothing's permanent. Things could change down the road for you, and you could refill that bucket once again. Who knows? Allow yourself to be guided by your inner light as well. Let that be your beacon through your darker times. The advice of the card: if you find yourself on your own, embrace that. Embrace being alone. I do every day in a lot of ways. Contemplation and healing are needed to find the answers that you're seeking and to know yourself on a much, much deeper level. Become more one-on-one with yourself, if you know what I mean. Keywords are thought, retreat, travel, inner journey, solitude, seclusion, and protection. Playing your cards different the second time around is what's going to happen here. Excuse me. Please let the sun shine again like it was so I can get out for a nice walk in the sunshine. And your next card, your challenges here are illusions. Boy, this reading for you guys, Aquarius, it's really telling a story. It may interpret differently for each of you, but this is telling a story big time. It's not too often you get the cards laid out and you go, whoa, from start to finish, and it's all connected and it's beautiful. Because a lot of the times with my readings, I find they're scattered. You know, you might get the first two cards that are kind of locked together and then it changes, but that's because it's a general reading and different messages are being sent out to different people. So sometimes it's almost impossible to have a storyboard going on, the beginning, the middle, and the end. But here we are, and this fits so good. You feel after the fact, with these changes coming into your life, you feel like you were under an illusion now when you thought you had clarity way back then. When you put everything together for your future, you thought you had all the clarity in the world, and you did. But hey, what's that expression? Tell God your plans and then sit back and watch him laugh his head off. Okay? That's life. Every second changes. things change, and we have to know that these are my hardcore plans and my hardcore intentions for down the road. The other side of that, what's hiding off on the sidelines, is that could change. Yes, it could. I will deal with it when the time comes. And Aquarius, you will do so with dignity, because you are very dignified. I do know that about you. You're a class act. Most of you are. Okay, maybe there's a few not so class acts in there, but that's okay. There's a part of Aquarius, they're very noble, they're very proud, they carry themselves as such. They don't think they're better than anybody else, because they're real quick to help other people. They'll go help anybody. It doesn't matter what station your life is in. Doesn't matter where you come from. But they are very noble. They're very clear. They're very they deal with reality. But everybody has to have hope and wishes for their future, for all the tomorrows to come, and we all do that. And some of us aren't realistic about it. Let's face it. Not so with Aquarius. They know the real deal and what's going on. And now you're feeling almost like betrayed, feeling like, was I under illusions when I made my plans? Was I crazy? Was I dreaming? What the hell? No, you weren't. Chances are you were not. But life changes. Connection to media server has been restored. Okay, I don't know what happened there, guys, but my window kind of jumped. Like it went off, like I lost connection. I don't know why. I'm the only one home. I'm the only one using the internet. Anyways, you have been under an illusion of some kind. That has been going on. Now, that's what I mean to say is you'd be under an illusion now if you didn't believe what this card was bringing to you. Still believing in your bucket list, still believing in your future plans. Not that it's happening to everybody, please, because this is a general reading. None of this may even resonate with you. It may not touch home at all. Good for you if it doesn't. But others, go back and double check. This is a bit of a flag and a little nudge for you. Go back and go over your bucket list, go over your future plans, because this whole thing, maybe it hasn't happened to you yet, but it could be coming. Be prepared. Do not be under an illusion that it's rock solid. Nothing is really rock solid in this life. Nothing other than the universe. Always there for us. And for a few of you, it could be destiny at play, that these were your plans, your future dreams that you made up, your bucket list that you wrote. And the universe is going, sorry. Destiny goes, yeah, I know. Break it to me gently. Yeah, because that's what's coming for some of you. So be prepared. It doesn't hurt to double check anyway. But you may have to make some adjustments. You may have to trim the fat off of the luxury, that fat peg of wonder and beauty. You may have to, I don't eat pork, by the way. So, but metaphorically, you're trimming the fat off a little bit to lighten your load a bit so that your load matches your income. So when you come back from doing these things, you don't come back to, this is disastrous. I'm behind on my mortgage or rent, my car payment. I don't have any food in my fridge. I did that all for going there and having a good time. And you've got to be real careful. Make sure that your security base is intact, your foundation is strong before you assume or get yourself under any kind of illusions. So just take the time to work your best way through is what you need to do here for this. The last card we have here, I hate using Google Chrome. There's more pop-ups and I turn them off and it doesn't matter. Anyway, the last card, thank you, because it shows because of the financial changes, your life is not going to become stagnant. You're not going to sit home and grow cobwebs and turn into a skeleton and die in your chair. It isn't going to happen. We have to make adjustments. We don't like always making adjustments, but sometimes that is what's called for. So that window's way off kilter. Everything's crooked to me anyway. So anyway, here with this card, this is remember the last card here. This is all, this is, what's the word I'm looking for? This is a card of things happening. This is a card of us accepting the things that are rolling our way, working with them, dealing with them, getting through them, moving on to the next. Working with it, dealing with it, moving on to the next. That's what this is, a card of very high energy. It's not so much a card of emotion unless you're pissing people off. Then emotions come into play, right? So kind of funny, but that's a truth. It's a card of movement. It's a card of high energy. It's a card for some of you who've been holding back. You've got plans and dreams, and you haven't implemented any of them yet. You've been kind of forced to hold back a little bit, not able to release them into action yet. Now, this card here is telling those that relate to that, things is about to change. There's about to be some major moving going on here. This is a card that is very high energy. Other people, you could offend other people easily when this card comes up because you're all about moving forward and you're moving fast. You're going with the speed of light, just like he is, right? On his chariot with his seahorses there. Chariots don't normally, back in the day, they didn't really back up. They weren't made really that. It was all about going forward and moving forward with lightning speed, cracking the whip, kind of a thing. This is where you're going to get some serious progress done for those of you that haven't allowed the steamroller to blow over you. You got out of the way maybe and said, no, I'm going to stand here and fight for this. I've waited too long and I've worked too hard. But this is serious progress. I'm so glad it's at the end of the reading for you. Travel's favored with this card. Yes, sir. And if you're planning on making any house moves, it highly favors that as well, if that's what's going on. If you're still connected to the job site, connected to your work or your career, there's some forward movement going on in there as well. For some of you, all aspects of your life, doesn't matter what arm you're going off to, they all get a very excited boost in your life is what it does. Balance may be needed to keep things, pull the reins in a little bit. You may have to try to work at keeping things in balance. Just be cool. Be cool about it. Don't be tearing down the street at 210 in your Lamborghini. Down a city street or a residential street. Everybody has to stop and take notice. Be cool. Be calm. Okay? It's not a card of sensitivity. Like I said, you got to watch what you got to be aware. I know you're excited. I know you're moving fast. You don't have the patience to wait around, but you really need to stay cool, right? And don't be insensitive to other people that are around you and their plans and their timing. Don't be insensitive to other people. And it's easy to do with this card. We get wrapped up in ourselves and said, I've waited long enough. I paid my dues. Damn it, I'm going. See yous. Bye. Arrivederci. This sort of a thing, right? Just watch your ego. That's all. And what I mean by that is it's every second of every day isn't always all about you. When you have other people in your life, I don't care if they're the grocery store clerk up the road. Be kind and be patient with other people. Be attentive to other people. But you know what? As long as you do that and you don't bowl people over, you don't get someone's noses out of joint, you're not rude, you're not in your own world knocking people over. Guess what? If you can do all that and get through it like that, then all will work out well. All will work out well. It'll keep your show on the road. There'll be no blocks. Also, this card says somebody's in the arena for buying a new vehicle, a car or a truck, but it's a new vehicle of some kind. Maybe someone's buying an RV or a small camper. Something along those lines. I wish I could say I relate to that, and I'm buying a new vehicle. Yeah, right. I'd have to win the lottery. In order to win the lottery, in order to win the lottery, you got to buy tickets, and I rarely put my money into tickets. I have to watch and pinch my pennies. I'm not rich. I'm never going to be rich, and I'm fine with that. But, you know, things like lottery tickets, they're fun to have. It's a piece of paper that's fun to have in your possession until that draw comes up, because in those days, moments, you have just as much chance as anybody else of winning the jackpot on the lottery. You have just as much, because you've got a ticket, right? But they're getting a little pricey. So it's only once in a blue moon, if I think about it. If I'm up at my corner store, I'm like, give me a lottery ticket for tonight, or give me a lottery ticket for Wednesday, or something along those lines. No, I didn't, Seth. He's checking in on me. So sweet. I'll let him know. We're going to finish this reading the way we started. No, I even change BROW browsers, and still chat isn't working. Okay, I'm glad he checked back in with me. I love this program. I told him that too. Awesome program. Yeah. So there's something good for some of you to look forward to. So that'd be the other parts of you that didn't have your paycheck change, your income change, you're making cutbacks. This is for the rest of you. Y'all getting a new car. This is like Oprah's show. Everyone gets a new car. I wish for you all. I really do. Something wonderful. You're going to be able to move forward with your plans. This is time to get active for an awful lot of you. Watch your ego when it's needed. Enjoy this time of power and this time of motivation. Your keywords are journeys and determination, willpower, progress, friction, guidance, and protection. That just means playing it safe. He's trying to ask me questions. We'd be able to try in Chrome Incognito. Yes, I am. Yes, I am already in Chrome, but not sure about Cognito. I'm not sure what he means by that. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. I'm going to end this stream. Better click over to see if anybody's trying to say anything here. Okay, yes. Oh, that's funny, Nancy. It's speaking to you. Thanks, Mark, for enlightening people. This is for Aquarius. Capricorn video is out, yes. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, yeah. Yes, that's right, Ishmael. That is. Oh, you're so welcome, Francesca. I'm glad you could catch it live, too. Hi, T. Garnet. The techie's trying to talk to me about improving my program here for the way it works. And I don't know why the title didn't come up, because I saved it. But anyway, I'm learning the new program as I go as well. But I'm going to stop for now. How many minutes are we in? 28? And I had stopped. How much did we talk earlier? I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much for being here. I'll go in and edit. Once it's posted, I'll pull it back. I'll edit it, and I'll put the name up on the top. And I'll put part 1 and part 2, because there's 2 parts to this. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough for being here and for being so patient with me. I'll get the bugs worked out. We'll get her up and running properly. And when we do, we're going to party right here. I'll probably get kicked off YouTube then, because then copyright would probably strike me. But anyways, I'll see you all real soon. And next reading coming up in just a little bit is for Pisces the fish. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Much love to you all. Please enjoy your day and your Sunday. And hope to see you back here real soon.